Farming your neighborhoods and knowing who that target market is, those niche neighborhoods like Tristan mentioned, and going after them in different ways, being creative with going after them in different ways and showing them value, like retiring early and living out their dreams. If I had an extra 500,000 to travel and do whatever I wanted at 60 years old, and I could live in Castle Rock's beautiful. It's probably less crowded than Boulder by a mile, and it's still only 25 minutes from downtown Denver, and it's a beautiful community. So just remember, speak to them in that way. Speak to them directly as you do marketing and you do postcards, and you guys can definitely get the returns on this if you do it in the right way.
What's up, man?
Yeah, how you doing, Tristan?
Good just seeing everybody's on here. We have 200 people plus jumping in. I love this. And I'm excited to jump into the whole geofarming thing, man. So, by the way, the new look on Chime on the back end, I'm a big fan.
With the titling of the words?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the whole column on the left, I think it's so much easier to navigate, by the way.
Yeah, same here. I'm big for making navigation user friendly, and I know we all got used to it with the icons, but as a new user coming in, those icons were super ambiguous up top, and the navigation on the left was just blended in with everything else. So new users coming in that get to see this, they have a much better adoption experience, being that they can see that the campaign section is titled campaigns instead of a paper airplane. Right? And
who knew? Who knew, Chris?
and the website logo was the 4 squares, right?
Yeah.
You know, who knew it was for the website? But now it says website, and it's much easier for us to navigate. And hopefully, as you guys adopt, this is much easier for you guys. And I know change isn't always easy, but we have to look at it from a standpoint of 50,000 plus users on our platform. And what is the easiest form of navigation for all 50,000 to be able to adopt and use this powerful tool? So
I like that, man. All right, well, we'll let you get started. I know you asked everyone to tell us where they're from, but instead, how about this? I want to know if it's sunny, raining, or snowing. Just type it in, and then we'll get going, Chris. Here we go. Sunny, raining, or
sounds
snowing?
good.
Or neither.
Oh, there we go.
I see some
lots of
snow and
snow.
cold, man. I see that. Holy cow. Chris, how about you? Sunny?
Yeah, it is sunny here. And I can't even say it's cold compared to anyone else, but it's cold, a little bit cold in the mornings for Phoenix, but it
Yeah.
is paradise weather here. So it's probably 70 in the daytime and sunny and perfect. 40 degrees in the morning and when you wake up before sunrise. So it's really not bad. Sorry, everybody else.
Same here, man. Same here. And then I see a couple of people ask for the discount. Jake, put it on there, please. And good morning to you, Jake, as well. All right, Chris, take it over, buddy.
Yeah, and you mentioned discounts, so I'll go ahead and lead off with the discounts.
Yeah.
If you guys are a current Chime user, we'll give you guys a link at the end of this. But if you are a current Chime user not running digital lead gen with us, and I'm talking digital lead gen, not the geofarming aspect, we do have a promo right now for a minimum of $600 new ad spend, or additional if you're already running ad spend with us, and we'll give you $200 credit for free to run as either branding campaigns or just on top of your PPC or remarketing, retargeting, whatever you want to do with that 200 as far as the digital campaigns go. We'll let you use that however you would like. And that's through December right now. We never know if we'll extend it. So act now and, reach out to our team and we'll help you out and see what you're looking to do. So if you guys see my screen here, I'm really excited for this. And you guys may not all see geofarming in your campaign section right now. So when you click on campaigns, you'll see this geofarming tool here down at the bottom. Now, we partnered with a beautiful company named Melissa Data, and we've built this farming tool and mapping tool that gets to show you different area specific GCI, total properties, average sales price, absorption rate, turnover rate. And it not only does that, it compares with your market competition and within your own team. And down below on who's making those sales as we pull this data. So I'm going to give you guys some examples here of what this tool is. This first screen right here, this is for you to do market assessments within your own area. So as you get the Geofarming tab, come in here and you're going to click on this little plus sign and it's going to open up your map. So this is going to be part of, where I'm doing my assessment today. We got Broomfield City Center. It's right next to where I'm going to be doing my assessment. So I'm going to show you where it pulls up that city center. Well, now you can farm the homes within this neighborhood, or you can back it up a little bit and you can use our pen tool, right? And when you use our pen tool, you can come in here and you can draw where you would like to, and I'll cover the airport there. I'm going to go out a little ways, capture some golf courses, and I'm going to capture this whole area of Broomfield. And you guys will understand why here that I'm going to capture this area in a few minutes. Now I'm going to tell my tool to start analyzing once I've saved my area. And it's going to bring up the average sales price for Broomfield, the total properties, the city sales. And I'm really surprised here at the average sales price for Broomfield because it is so close to Boulder, right? And so I'm going to run through these areas with you on why this is such a powerful tool to be able to assess these areas. Now, this is an account of ours. And again, I got permission to use this to kind of show this data because I needed to use a real account. And this is pulling real data back tied from the MLS. And part of it's going to use our Melissa data when we pull the addresses and names and phone numbers and emails of the people within these regions. This is just the start. We're analyzing, right? And so I did some other samples here. So I'm going to save my Broomfield City Center. And I'm just going to call it Broomfield since I backed up a little bit. Save this. I want to show you guys how this looks. So it pulls in those stats and you can see all these other areas up top. Now, Broomfield is on the way to Boulder. If you guys see Boulder up there, and I know my screen's a little bit small, so I'll raise it a little bit. You see Boulder up in this top corner. Now you see Broomfield's average sales price. Now I already did this with Boulder and Cherry Hills because I know the areas of Colorado a little bit from experience working there. Now you guys need to know this for your areas. You guys are the experts, right? So when I click on Boulder, look at the average sales price. Boulder, about 10 years ago, started to become the Hollywood of what I call the Hollywood of Colorado, of Denver.
Nice.
And it's a college town, but it became a desired place to move that had art walks and all sorts of art boutiques and high-end retailers. And that city has grown into be a $1.261 million average sales price city.
Dang.
Huge, right? Huge
Wow.
difference between the Broomfield, again, 571,000, right next door. You're 10 minutes away from Boulder when you live in Broomfield. I used to stay in hotels in Broomfield all the time when I traveled out there for sales. It's 10 minutes away.
Wow.
And so you're looking at a difference of over $600,000 in average sales price of cost. Now, I'm going to show you some other areas. We know that just south of Denver, you have Highlands Ranch, Lone Tree, and more importantly, Cherry Hill. Cherry Hill, $1.1 million median sales price, right? $1.1 million. You're in the middle of the nation. Do you guys know what the median sales price in San Diego is? And some of you guys do. Price in San Diego. And this was a couple of years ago. Let's see, 900,000, October 2022. 900,000 to live near the beach, right? And I know you guys might be able to see that on my screen here. Blow that up. 900,000, right? And so we're looking at a city in the middle of the country that's 1.1 and 1.2 million dollars. I'm going to show you guys why this is so important with our new tool. So from here, you're able to start a farming campaign. So again, this is my client's account. So I can't go very far and show some proprietary info, but I'm going to give you guys the map on how to purchase this and show you guys the next powerful part of this and why you would want to farm this. This is where it gets interesting. So everybody definitely take note here. When you click on start a campaign, you guys are very well just in the past able to upload your own existing leads or create postcards from your CRM. These are existing choices that you guys already have the choice to do. We ship out a la carte, anything under a certain amount. It's $1 for regular postage, $1.50 for priority mail. Now you get a discount if you do over a certain amount, and it comes out to about 85 cents for regular mail. And I believe $1.30 or so, $1.35 total or so for priority when you start doing in bulk. But again, these are from existing, right? What we're going to learn about today is our farming tool, where you get to select homeowners within your Chime system and purchase a list through our system. And so I'm going to show you guys how powerful this is.
Is this an add-on? Is this add-on extra cost, or what does this look like?
This is not extra. So when I go to hit save on this list, you're going to be asked to pay 30 cents per lead. Right now, you're looking at 27,000 leads, right? 27,000 people within this Boulder area. But this is where it gets powerful, right? At 30 cents each. So you guys can do the math. I can't click on the save because it's going to show my client's card, last 4 digits of his card and his name. I promised him I wouldn't do that. So again, you'd be able to click on save list here, and it'll pull up the calculation for how much it is to buy 27,000 people based on 37 cents. But here again, listen up everybody and watch, because this is where it gets interesting. Advanced filters. What we know about Boulder, and I'm going to jump to another screen, is it's $1.2 million right now. What was Boulder in 2010? Real estate 2010, Boulder, Colorado. So you guys know, $335,000 in median price in 2009 in this report that came out in 2010, right? Those people bought their home 12 years ago, 13 years ago, and they're now sitting on a property that's probably worth $1.2 million on average, right? So Boulder itself had a $335,000 median cost back then. And now it's at 1.2. So I'm going to jump back to this screen. And now who are we going to target in that? Well, we know that people that bought their home, let's say 7 years ago plus, and so I'm going to scroll down to that filter, didn't pay 1.2. So I'm going to scroll all the way down, and I'm going to leave out trustees. I'm going to exclude trustees, those people that want to keep their house for a long time. And I'm going to go to length of residence, 7 years plus. Right? 7 years plus these people have lived there. What does that mean? These people are sitting on equity, right? Now, I'm going to go to household age. Who's ready to retire? People 45 plus, right? Who's ready to retire? Household income. Who can afford property tax in a $1.2 million house now? People under 100,000 collectively as a family who are looking to, again, retire. This is a very specific instance. Remember, I have a couple other examples of how to do this, but I'm selecting up to 100,000 in income. Now I'm going to let my filters work. I've narrowed that 27,000 list down to 4,200 people, 3,500 owner occupied, right? These people are sitting on equity, and quite a lot. So what happens if you've paid half of your mortgage off? You bought your house 15 years ago and you bought in at 300,000. How much do you owe? Less than 150, right? So if you sold your house today in Boulder with 150 left to pay and didn't do a refi, maybe they did, maybe they took out, I saw a refi in there in comments. Maybe they took out 300,000 for some improvements. Well, now that 150 left plus 350, you know, for those improvements, a new add-on, whatever you did, that's a lot. 350 is a lot.
Yeah.
You're looking at $500,000 on your house that may be worth 1.2. You did those improvements though, so that median price, you might be sitting on a place worth 1.5, right? With $500 or 500,000 in equity. Where can these people move and cash out? All over Colorado, right? I'm going to jump back to this screen now that you guys saw what I filtered down to. Castle Rock,
Mhm.
Broomfield. You know, those are two beautiful areas that are up and coming. Castle Rock, I've been there plenty of times. I call it Pleasantville. Median value for Castle Rock Heights, 570,000. Now, if I sold someone's $1.5 million home, even 1.2, how much money do they have left over if they buy a $570,000 house? Right?
Yeah.
So, in theory, this account that I'm working with here, or you guys in Colorado, can go after Boulder's older audience and set up postcards that say, why don't you retire early? Invest in your future today. Spend the money that you are sitting on in equity on traveling the world, seeing the sights, and live right down the street in a beautiful community that will cater to your needs just the same way.
You know, man, this is I'm going to interrupt you just to add something to this, because as I'm looking at this, I'm thinking about social media, and I'm thinking that as we go into 2023, when it comes to how to do a better job on social, is you do better in the niches with the message to the niches. And you're doing the exact same thing here when you're mailing. Now you've identified your audience and you're speaking to your audience, so you're going to have better results, or you're going to convert at a higher level because you know who you're talking to. So I love this, man. This is so good. Catherine's got a question though, and I know other people have asked it. I want you to answer it again. Where's the geo farming tool?
It will be under the campaigns section. So I'm going to go ahead and click on campaigns, and right underneath direct mail, you're going to see geofarming. You won't see that now. Not everyone will see that now. Give it about another 8 days or so. We should have this out about mid-December for every user. It is only accessible right now for people who are currently doing postcards. So you guys will have it right here under lead generation. Once you click on that, you're going to see this map, and I want all of you just to play with this map for a while. We're working on making sure that this is available in Canada too, Bento. I promise you, I'm trying to make sure that this is all available in Canada. It may not be right away, but postcards as well. We're trying to get that opened up. And I know I said that last time. We are trying. I want to make sure that you guys can do that and can farm these. And so on top of farming, right, you're going to send out postcards to a specific audience that we chose. You can even narrow this down a little bit further if you don't want to buy all 3,500 people, right? At 30 cents each, it's $1,000. You know, you buy an audience for $1,000. So you're able to get this list. You will be able to download this list.
Chris, I have a question. With this in the mailers, because we've done mailers before with Chime. With the mailers, are you still allowing, when we're using this specific tool for geomarketing, are we still allowed to do the handwritten letter campaigns with this or no?
Yes. Yeah. Yep. So you'll be able to do handwritten letters still. We have 2 options of letter sizes. I believe 3 total postcard sizes. And so you're still going to be able to do this to all of them. What you guys need to all know when you guys farm a list from anybody, even us, is that you cannot automate texts and emails to this audience at all until they've opted in. You guys will all find yourself in a data privacy issue. So just remember that before you guys download a list from somewhere else that you buy it from, regardless if it came from us or not. Don't automate anything. You guys can cold call this list, but most importantly, you will be able to farm this list with postcards. And since you can download it, we can re-upload it into Facebook's engine, and we can directly create digital marketing to them at a very minimal cost. When I target a $4,500 or a 45 audience list in digital marketing, we could put $100, $200 on it and make sure it's effective per month. So it's a very small amount to start digital marketing to, on top of sending postcards to. In conjunction with each other, as you make calls, now these people have brand awareness for your business because they've gotten a postcard. When they open their social, they see your business and they'll see it catered to them retiring early, right? And most importantly, with that, when you pull up a list like this of people that are retiring, think about farming in other ways, right? Say I'm going to go after Castle Rock and I'm just going to open up these filters. And now I want to target, and I know people live in Castle Rock that have money. So, right, I'm going to now change my household income from here, and I'm going to target the place I'm trying to get these retirees to move. And I know this is a little clunky, but again, you need to take your time so you understand your filters. And I'm going to target people with a higher income, over 100,000. And I'm going to flip my audience to 35 and younger. And now let's say this was the Castle Rock area. Same thing here though. Now I'm going after people with a high income, right? And I can get them to move into Boulder, or I can get these people to move into Lakewood, or I can get these people to invest somewhere else because these guys can afford it. They're younger, they're more ambitious, and I can cater my messaging to them. And I can start getting this audience to work for me. Now I want to do you guys some quick math so you guys aren't super scared of this, right? Say you spend $2,000 on a list, very high intent list. Say you do that twice because you want my two examples, high income, low income, retirees, and new money, right? You guys spend $4,000 on that list. You guys start farming to those people. And you guys end up spending about $10,000 in marketing efforts alone, right? 10,000. Sounds like a lot of money. Look at your average GCI on one sale. If you guys convert three, you're making $100,000 because the average GCI is 37.9K, right?
Hey, Chris, do you have anybody in the Chime world that's using postcards at a high level that we can interview? Because I would love to dive deeper on this.
We do have people using postcards. They weren't really getting a list from us. They weren't farming lists through our system. So this farming the list feature isn't an option for them. They were providing their CRM list or their bot list that they bought somewhere else prior. We don't know where those lists came from, right?
So we have to wait a few months to start seeing this. Got it.
Yep. And some of you may see the geographic farming tool. And I just wanted to excite everyone today as this is going to be opened up, because I want everyone to play with their areas and see, their average GCIs, their upcoming neighborhoods. If you guys are in Phoenix, if you guys are in the Phoenix area, you guys all know Arcadia. People call it Scottsdale West. You guys know that people that bought their home 6 years ago plus are now sitting on homes that are being built, or neighbors that have homes that are being built that are $1.2 million also, right? I have a neighbor at the end of my street, median cost in my area is $650. Neighbor at the end of my street just bought a house for 1.2, right? So know your market, know where the hot spots are. And that's how you guys will know who to farm, who has income. Where's the other money? Go by age using this farming tool and look at the age in those filters. There's more filters than that. Yes, I do see that question. I'm going to run through these filters with you guys before we go. Property type. So there's a lot of other filters in here that may not be needed. The main ones: single family, commercial, condo, apartment, first time buyers. Same thing here in downtown Phoenix where I live. You know what the average rent is? $2,200 for 2-bedroom. $2,200. You can buy a $400,000 house right now at like 6.29, 6.5, and afford a little jump from 2,200 to invest in your own future as a first-time buyer. So it's still equitable. So think about apartments, right? You can filter by beds and baths, square footage, lot size. Say you're going after, bigger lots, people that own bigger lots. Say you're in commercial and you want to go after people that own bigger lots because you want to buy some land that you can do other things on. There's a lot of ways to farm, right? Basement, pool, heater, AC, fireplace, their first mortgages, right? Their mortgage amount, their rates. What happens if you search all mortgage in 2 years from now for people that closed at 6.5 plus, right? and you want to get these people to refi. So example there, you can't do that now because these people all got better rates than 6.5, being that we're at the highest in the last 20 years. But in the future, that rate box will be a great way to go after people that are refinancing or could refinance. I'm going to keep scrolling here. You see loan types, recorded date, seller carryback, foreclosure. So notice of default, right? You guys can help people get out of their homes, and short sales aren't the most lucrative to make commissions are, but once you get them buying, they're going to buy other properties.
It's very true. Very true, man. There's a one question. Is this recorded? Yes, it's recorded. It'll go into the Lab Coat Agents YouTube channel probably by the end of today. So just look for it there. If you're not part of our channel, subscribe. And Chris, you said 8 days, I had another question. 8 days, and this will be out to the people that this will be open to the people that are farming right now, right? Or open to
No, it's open. It's open to farming currently.
Perfect.
It'll be open to the entire Chime platform in about a week or so. I don't have a hard date. Dev is still working on some things, and I have a whole list of updates to even improve this tool from here. Once you get going on this tool, I'm going to just real quick jump this open to our demo account. To our demo account here. And I want to show you what it looks like after the fact. So this is our demo that we give demos on. I'm going to go into the Geofarming tool, and I just want to show you the process. Once you update a plan and you purchase a plan, it starts with that farming. You're going to see address recipients here. You will be able to download this list, narrow this list down. From there, you'll be able to choose your postcards, your delivery dates, and you'll be able to edit them quickly. Now, what I mean by quickly is this looks like it's going out on 11/25. I need to select the new template. I want to send a open house card instead. I'm going to say this one looks good and hit apply now. New template taking place with the open house. And it's pretty much that easy to update your templates. You may have to take a little bit more time to make sure it's the proper info, but you can come in and set up your templates for your postcard deliveries pretty quickly.
What about if you're
After
marketing
that,
with a lender? Can we add a co-marketed postcard or no?
we can do co-marketing. It is going to have to go through our DMA team for now because we don't have a way to purchase with your lender directly in the system. It'll charge the admin's card or whatever agent is in their system, which card is on file. If you guys need to split with a lender, please reach out to us and we'll help you set up that split. With that split, remember, you have to have equal visual placement with your lender on all of your cards, federally mandated. If you guys don't do that, you'll be in RESPA compliance. So make sure that if you split with the lender that you're both visually seen in equal proportions on the front and back. So big note there. After that, you go in and fill out your display info. And this is what will be on the card, right? And then after you fill out your display info, you fill out your tracking, your text code information's here. You can update that to say whatever as far as your text code info, your response number. And then from there, you can set up whatever landing page you want to send them to. And that way you're all set. As far as your QR codes and the landing page goes, that'll all be built for you and show up on your card. You hit save, and then your campaigns are ready to go with your list already set up. At that point, your cards would be set. If you have questions, you reach out to our team before your delivery dates, and we can help you answer those questions and make sure that things are in order. If you guys wait till the day before and your delivery date still says tomorrow, and you do not edit and you do not hand raise with enough time, your cards may ship, and that is your responsibility. So remember, don't be in a rush. Make sure that you set your delivery date far enough out and you ask those questions first, because your cards will ship out. Once they're printed and shipped, they're gone. So take very high importance to setting these things up on your own or meet with our team to help you. And that way, things get delivered correctly. So after that, I mean, that's it. That's what I got for you guys. There's a discounted rate for postcards over a certain amount. It starts at $1 for regular mail, $1.50 for priority. You can do down to $1 if you want, as far as postcards. But our farming tool is really what was important today. Farming your neighborhoods and knowing who that target market is, those niche neighborhoods like Tristan mentioned, and going after them in different ways, being creative with going after them in different ways and showing them value, like retiring early and living out their dreams. If I had an extra 500,000 to travel and do whatever I wanted at 60 years old, and I could live in Castle Rock's beautiful. It's probably less crowded than Boulder by a mile, and it's still only 25 minutes from downtown Denver. And it's a beautiful community. So just remember, speak to them in that way. Speak to them directly as you do marketing and you do postcards. And you guys can definitely get the returns on this if you do it in the right way.
Yeah, I love that, man. I'd love to jump in more like in 3 months to see how it's developed, because then we can start looking at what agents are doing, and then maybe also compare how this compares now that it's running to other. Because I had a lot of questions here. It's like, how does this compare to Core Fact? How does it compare to Remind? And I think it's too early to tell because we're still not seeing how people are using it. So it's so new. If we give it 3 months, what are we at, December? If we do this for March, I would love to dive deeper. And then I know we're going to have a virtual event again for Chime. So I think we could even probably showcase an agent that's doing this at a high level by that time. So we could do that.
And I agree. Let's do that. And there's a ton of questions I'd love to answer. Accuracy on phone information comes from Melissa data. We're told it's upwards of 90% that we get the data. That doesn't mean it's necessarily fully accurate. But upwards of 90% we're going to get phone and email from that list. So you buy 1,000, roughly 900 come with one or both of those data points. As far as accuracy, it comes from a lot of different records that Melissa data is pulling. So that's going to be really subjective to how up to date do those people update their own info, right? And then getting them to opt in. I am getting on lead import a double opt-in button for importing leads. So when you import a list of 3,000, 5,000, 60,000 leads from somewhere else, you do want them to opt in. Send them the welcome emails with the double opt-in. Once they say yes, they're yours to automate. So once you guys call them and get them on the phone and they say yes, convert them to opted in through your people page, and then you can start automating things. You don't want to pull these people in to start getting smart plans if they're not opted in anyways. You want to focus on the hand raisers. So
yeah, don't spam people. You turn people off. Chris, can we target apartment buildings too?
Yeah, you'll have to just circle with the demographics, the apartment buildings. So yes, go to downtown areas and build that little circle and pick your areas, you know, when you're coming into Cherry Hill here, and or let's say just Denver. We'll see what comes up. Denver City Park. And you know, there's a bunch of apartment buildings in this area. If you know there's a better area, then yes, hit start analyzing. If you know that those are mostly apartments, and see what your average sales price is and whatnot for the actual homes. But the people that living there, you may get people that rent. If they've been renting for quite some time, you may get some renters in there, because it doesn't always mean owner occupied.
Can you remove just I guess, can you target just the renters, or is that
in that filter? There's not a renters filter. There's an owner occupied filter. There's an apartment filter, but there's not a renters filter. Okay, so you have to be tricky.
Okay, so that's not bad though. Apartment, we could go for apartment. I'm just trying to think messaging wise. If we go in and create a postcard specifically for people that are in apartments, right? Then you start doing what you were talking about earlier. It's like, let's just dive in deeper.
Yeah, and if you see here in that whole Boulder area, I hit apartment, came back with one property, one absentee owner, but that's because I have other filters on. So I didn't go through and turn off all the filters. But yes, you can filter down to apartment. I had it on homeowners, certain costs. I have a lot of other filters built in there. But yes, you will be able to filter to apartment.
All right, dude. I love this. I feel like we could go on for another 20 minutes, but we're done, guys. Thank you so much. Chris, if people have questions, how do they get a hold of you? Where do they sign up?
So getting a hold of me, they're going to click on this link that I'm going to pop in, and that's if you're a current client. So if you're a current Chime client, you're going to click on the link that I'm sending. If you're a new client, not on Chime yet, you're going to want to click the link that Jake just sent to everybody. So that way, because there's a different deal for those people not on Chime on signing up for a full package. So please click on that link. Once you're a client, then you can ask to speak to the digital marketing team directly, and we can get a call scheduled with you guys. If you guys haven't spoken to a salesperson yet and you're not on Chime, we're going to redirect you to a salesperson to find out getting on Chime before we start having digital conversations with you, because we do have to prioritize our current clients on our digital marketing team. So click on our link if you're a current client, and it will come to our team and be routed out to one of 8 to 10 team members.
I love that, man. All right, Chris, thanks so much, man. I appreciate this. Every time I do this with you, I just sit there and take notes, and I'm like, damn, that was good. And I didn't know that. And that's, so today I was just like, I just can't wait to use this. So thank you.
Yeah, I'm excited. Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm excited for this. Like, I've been playing with this tool now for a few weeks and trying to find good ways. And fortunately, I was able to travel a lot in my life, so I know some of these areas. But yeah, it's exciting. If I was in your guys' shoes, I'd be really excited about new ways to market. So
I love this, man. Thank you so much, Chris. And everyone, thanks for joining us. We appreciate you. Go to Chime, jump in on this. I'm excited to test this out.
yeah, thank you guys.
Bye-bye.